Hello everyone, this is just a quick video to talk about something that's been on my mind lately. So if there's one thing I've noticed from sporadically posting content to this channel over the past year or so, it's that I have a really hard time gathering a left-wing audience. By which I mean I don't have an audience to begin with, I started from scratch, but also, whenever a video I release gets into the algorithm, relatively speaking, it always ends up all over the place on the political spectrum regardless of what my politics are. For example, I made a video a few months ago making fun of the manosphere, and that video just went straight to the heart of the manosphere, which they hated because I was making fun of them. I've also made a couple of videos making fun of Conservapedia and some of their articles, and although I got a few positive responses, there would still be a bunch of right-wing weirdos in my comment sections. For example, one of my videos talking about their article on Hollywood values immediately got a comment saying something like Jewish Freaktown, which, of course, very subtle. Now, this is my second channel. I've had a much bigger one for a couple of years now, so I'm no stranger to hate comments or the occasional terminally unlined unhinged weirdo. However, I'm still getting those comments to this day on some of my more recent content, so I feel I need to talk about it to make it as clear as possible as to what this channel is. This is a left-wing channel. If you're a right-winger and you're curious enough to watch my content, feel free to, and hopefully I make sound arguments that you'll be receptive to. But the thing is, there's people who are mildly on the right, that is, they have some conservative positions, but they don't hold them very strongly, and they're open to counter-arguments. But on the other side, there's also the insane, completely disconnected from reality, MAGA cult, QAnon, right-wing brain rot shit. And at the risk of giving the latter more attention than they deserve, I want to respond to a comment I received in one of my recent videos that I feel perfectly illustrates some of the problems that we have on the right wing right now. Those are the kind of comments I believe make it clear that these people are too far off the deep end to be debated, and at this point I'd rather just purge them from my channel and comment section. This comment I received on a video I made a couple of weeks ago talking about my brief right-wing phase from 2016 to 2019, and it goes like this. Many of us had a right-wing phase in 2016, but this time we only voted for Trump because we aren't crazy enough to vote for any Democrat ever again. So, there's a few ways to interpret this, including trolling, and if I'm falling for a troll right now, I'd still be much happier being made a fool out of myself by this guy than having this comment being serious. But assuming it's serious, what the fuck? Seriously, what the fuck are you saying? So you had a right-wing phase in 2016. The fact that you used the word phase implies that it wasn't permanent, that you're over that phase. And the reason you voted for Trump, a compulsive liar, a sex offender, a convicted criminal, among many other things, is not because you are still in your right-wing phase, because that's over. It's because you're not crazy enough to vote for the Democrats. So either you're stupid because you don't understand what the word phase means and you're still a right-winger who voted for Trump, which is also stupid, or you're stupid because somehow, even though you're not a right-winger anymore, you still believe Trump is the logical option. What metrics would someone even employ to arrive at this absolute brain rot of a statement? Let me put it this way. Unless you're a billionaire who would benefit from the world going to shit, you have virtually no reason to be voting for Trump. Were you hoping you would lower the price of eggs? Good luck with that, because he has no plans whatsoever to do that. What he does have plans for, however, is alienate all of the United States allies by imposing tariffs on them, and that's gonna make everything you buy more expensive. Were you hoping he would drain the swamp? He just put all his billionaire friends in positions of power, and they're tearing the government apart with their corruption. You know, basically all the stuff he did in 2016, except even worse now. Were you hoping you would deport all the illegal immigrants? Well, congrats, you got that part right. Except the problem is, we're already seeing countless stories of people losing their relatives because they thought that when they voted for Trump, he would deport the bad illegal immigrants, not the good ones. Even though Trump never made a distinction between the two in his entire campaign, so you basically get exactly what you vote for. But in contrast, I really want to know, what are some policies from the Democrats that are so out there, so crazy, that you would look at it and be like, that's insane, Trump is clearly the more lucid option. Again, I don't want to suggest that the Democrats are perfect, that they have all the right positions in contrast, because there's a lot of problems with the Democrats, but what I would suggest is that someone like this doesn't understand what the word phase means, probably doesn't know any of the Democrats' policies, or he probably couldn't explain them without reciting them in the twisted, brain-dead format from the right-wing media outlets he got his understanding from. Either way, I don't think there's any real debate to be had here. Anyone who can type this comment with a straight face is either brainwashed or stupid. And while this comment stood out to me because of how profoundly moronic it is, it's actually pretty mild compared to some of the other comments I got. At one point in that video, I was talking about how a lot of people were radicalized by the right during the refugee crisis in Europe in 2016, and some people came in and started dropping the exact same rhetoric I heard back then, which if anything shows that some people made up their minds in 2016 and never developed the intellectual capacity to develop past them. I got someone that was presumably so far off to the right that they thought me calling Ben Shapiro a right-winger was ridiculous that he's actually a centrist. And I got someone else denying that the January 6th coup was just that, a coup. Because of course, why would they ever acknowledge it? They're part of a cult at this point. So again, just to be as clear as I can be, this is a left-wing channel. If you're a right-winger and this video and the other ones for some reason got into your feed, I'm sorry, I can't control it, I don't know why it does that. But while I typically enjoy disagreeing and debating with people in the comment section, there's only so much dumb fuckery I can handle. And if I have to start purging my own comment section to make sure that the most unhinged of them all stays clear of my channel, and that's what makes it possible for me to grow an actual left-wing channel, then I guess I'll just have to do that. On the other hand, if you're one of those less invested right-wingers and you're actually willing to debate and to hear counter-arguments, well then hopefully, I'll see you next time.